was the largest single surrender of American troops in history. I also kept on reading books that never mentioned the Filipinos, even though they manned 7/8 of the main line of resistance, and even though they died 10-1. And so we are here to spread the legacy of Bataan, because these men, despite a failed promise by the United States that helped us on the way, despite starvation, despite illness, despite the lack of arms, despite the lack of training, they held on for 4 months, and they disrupted the timetable of the Japanese from occupying the entire Asia Pacific. If they did not hold on, the Japanese would have been able to go to Australia and New Zealand, and you would see a different political landscape today. These men fought for our freedom. War has never been in these shores of the United States. These men have seen it. And not only these men, a whole nation was sacrificed for our freedom here today. And so that is the legacy of Bataan. So I want you to go out there and tell people what the Filipinos did during World War II. Most of you here are of Filipino descent. I want you to be proud, because we stood up to the enemy despite the odds. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your teachers, tell your legislators that we must put this in the history books, because history right now does not reflect the sacrifices of the defenders of Bataan. It does not reflect the sacrifice of a people. And some of them are still going through an emotional toll of war after several generations. So go out there and spread the legacy of Bataan. So for today, I have the pleasure and the privilege to introduce our veterans for today. Mr. Proculo Bualat from the Philippine Scouts 97 Coast Artillery. Mr. Ramon Colado, Philippine Scouts 57 Combat Regiment. And Mr. David Tejada of the Philippine Scouts 12 Signal Company. These men are now just sharing the pain, what they went through during the war. But you, young people, you should be able to spread the legacy of what they went through. So for now, I will ask from them so you could hear from them what they went through during the war.
We were in the field defending the seekers of the corridor, and we were suffering the bomb and shielding from the Japanese artillery. In Bataan, which is stationed for 500 guns in there. We have bombardment for about 36 hours without stopping. Well, we just have to keep us be alert, because they are trying to invade the island. Well, it happened in about midnight in the fourth day of the bombardment. Here comes the airplane and start stripping while their barges are landing the end of the island. And we tried to hold them as much as we could, but we were overpowered by the mass of troops that landed in that island. And China would try to persuade the troops to defend the island. But there's some of them did have no ammunition. They ran out of ammunition, so we fight them with bayonets. Now after that few hours, he decided that we were going to give up the defending the island due to the fact that there was no more resistance that we could.
This was May 6. When was this?
That was I think Don't die on the 6th of May.
Okay, that's May 6.
Yeah, we surrendered actually at noon.
Oh, okay. This was May 6. This was during the surrender of Corregidor. Mr. Regalado was a machine gunner for the 57th Infantry Regiment, Philippine Scouts. Can you tell us about the first big encounter in Abuhay?
On January 12, 1942, the Japanese attacked Barrio Abuhay, Hacienda. All of us were ready. When the Japanese shouted Banzai, all of us fired our guns. And we fought courageously. Later on, the Japanese knew that their soldiers were mauled by our machine gun. They went to the other place. Then they prepared to go in the other place, and there were so many dead in that battle. Our clerk reported that out of 24 skin of our company, only 99 left in that battle of Abuhay. It is really terrifying battle because the Japanese, their artillery was concentrated on that area of Bataan. So, too much destruction of life.
You must remember that at that point, even early on during the war, we lost our air power. So we didn't have any air power, we didn't have any naval power, so they were left on their own. Also for a lot of the artillery and the arms were dated from World War I. So the firepower and a lot of the ammunitions too go back from World War I. So it wasn't just lack of ammunition, lack of air power. There were a lot of things contributing against these men, but they held on for 4 months. As I said, Singapore fell after a week, and Indonesia almost immediately. So I just wanted to give you that background. Mr. Tejada, where were you on December 8th?
December 8th, actually I was a guard, and a Japanese plane come above us dropping bombs. And it dropped on the airfield close to our barracks. And I saw the infantry, which Raymond Regalado was deployed, and a lot of them were wounded. That I saw December 8th when I was a guard.
You were going to talk about your experience from April 3, 1941, the week before the fall of Bataan, right?
Yes. I would like to read. I'm going to read about the Battle of Simard Mountain, Bataan.
This is the last stand in Mount Samad.
Yeah. General Puma imitated the method of attack in Warsaw, Poland on September 1989. Now, General Huma had a powerful army square division. Attack us in Samad Mountain, Bataan, where our unit was assigned to defend. We were heavily bombarded with heavy caliber artillery guns and powered by infantry. Indeed, it was so terrifying and dreadful attack. Major forward, our commander of the 3rd Battalion was hit. His neck was suddenly cut off by the bomb shrapnel. It was thrown farther from his body. Suddenly, I was still firing the enemy of my Browning automatic rifle or holding. Later on, the runner appeared, announcing the order of General King to surrender. Immediately, I removed the firing pin of my gun, the Browning automatic rifle. Above all, my sincere admiration and respect to all American commission officers who train us to be courageous fighters in the battlefield. Thank you.
Were you told every day that help was on the way, Mr. Tejada? Did you hear that?
How's that? Repeat that.
Because I was told that the broadcast from Malinta Tunnel would broadcast that help was on the way. Hold on.
Oh yeah, the Voice of America at the Malinta Tunnel, they always announce that the help is coming, and our neck was so long and we looked at the ocean, and it is a big ship. But when it come closer, it was a Japanese ship. And we were all very sorry to see that big ship, because we never have our food to arrive.